Hello, friends. What if I tell you that your entire life potential, your health, your success, your destiny, even how the world perceive you is compressed into a single square of the chart, and that is what the first house is all about. In Vedic astrology, the first house is like a Lagna, it's a ascendant. It's a in why it is called Lagna is because of it's a union. So when you look at your chart, the first house comes as like a first house comes where your soul enters the journey of this life. And the first house is about yourself. So this is the exact point where the soul meets the physical world. So today we'll decode this and from the foundation perspective on everything which you should know about your first house, about yourself, and I also share some of the unique perspective which probably will help you to understand how a planet sits in the first house can whole life control your all decisions, all path directions, and how you will achieve the destiny. Everything has been decided. So let's begin. So first house is a self. It represents your physical body, so your temperament, your thought process, I will say in other words, it's your inner GPS. Inner GPS is something which a guiding system for you to how you're going to take your path in that direction. Supposedly you are following some destiny, you feel you will reach out to multiple people, multiple astrologer, but your answer or the key is residing in your first house. So it's a fire trine. So as soon as the birth of a soul happens, the soul first thing start learning. Or learning is called, people call it as a fire trine because when you're born, there's a fire. The first cry, first moment, first breathing will start with the first house, and it works as your powerhouse, which is like 159. And while fifth house is intelligence, ninth house is talking about use wisdom, but how to use this intelligence, how to use this your knowledge or higher wisdom is through your first house. Your brain resides in first house, so it dictates the dharma, a righteous path. If the house is strong, you don't just exist, but you create yourself, you present yourself, and you start burning your efforts in the direction to achieve some specific purpose. Now we'll go back to some of the planetary combinations happens in the first house. Example, Sun, Saturn, and some of the Digbala planets, the planets who is having a strength. So let's look at some of the planetary dynamics here. Okay, the sun is exalted in first house. Why? Because when you talk to anyone, even I am talking to you or you guys talking to with people around you, you talking about I, me, myself. That's ego. Your ego resides in first house, and that's the soul's brightest shine, giving a natural leadership to you and high esteem. Hence, sun is very very comfortable here. It gives a solid foundation to grow in this life. If the sun is present here, he will take you another level in terms of fame and popularity and all. Even you are a very bright person, your bright personality. Saturn, in case if Saturn comes here, it is absolutely a debilitated position for Saturn. Saturn is boundary, Saturn is judgmental. He will make you delay in your life. And the first house is a birth where you need that bubbleness, you need that action, there is the impulse, and Saturn will control whole life not to allow you quick fast mover. While Saturn, who is having a first house, probably say they must be having a house near the railway lines or train routes, near the train routes, or maybe near metro stations, something like that you will be having. So Saturn struggles here, okay, and it's a person's fire is been under a strong solid the struggle has been there under, or the soul struggle is there under the solid control of Saturn, and that gives a very energy, which becomes very difficult for handling the energy, and the clashes of the energy can happen with the new beginning of this. Let's talk about Digbala planets. Now you see the sun gives the strength, the positivity of your first house. Saturn gives exactly the opposite experience. Now talking about Digbala is where Jupiter and Mercury are having a solid strength in the first house. What happens is that in first house is a brain. It's your brain. If you look at the chart, your first house become your brain, and when the brain is there, he needs two vital energies. One is intelligence, and the second is higher wisdom. And both can be activated or utilized through brain. So, someone is having a Mercury or a Jupiter in the first house, it gives mind to handle, or brain to handle how to navigate life and with the clarity, because he gets that clarity in this life, and he can become a brilliant strategist. And if Jupiter comes, you can become a wise mentor, which actually you can become a guru, uh, and setting in your brain or mind, and that gives a strong viveka or wisdom to you in your thought process. Now, when I talk about Mars, Mars owns this house. Mars is all about energy. So, if you look at the chart, the first and house is Aries, and the eighth house is in Scorpio, both hold by Mars. Mars is body, Mars is your energy. So, when a soul enter in your life, the Mars energy is activated. That's the reason your energy get activated. It's a hot energy, and the Mars leaves from the Scorpio, that is where energy is getting drained out in the eighth house. That is the reason in south southwest region is considered as a draining region or drain region, where anything comes it will go out. It's an exit point. So just to give some unique perspective about the first house. So first house is like your filter. In the life you have filter. So whatever planets sit here, it will actually give a color to see that world in that direction. If Saturn sits here, world looks like with a series of obstacles. If the Venus sits here, it looks like a canvas with a beauty. Persons start understanding how the beauty need to be looked after. So these are some of the specific things I found out. So if you have a Jupiter, you have a wisdom, you are thrive for understanding some knowledge or highest wisdom, always curious things you want to know. If you have Mercury, you are become very intelligent, you have a dimple in your face, or you actually can be a good communicator and a good presenter. So Lagna Lord is, if your Lagna Lord is stronger than sixth, eighth, or 12th Lord, you will bounce back in your life, even if after any kind of crisis you face. But if your Lagna Lord's strength is your immunity power, it not just against disease, but against all the bad luck, all the pain, all the chronic issues, and all the obstacles you face in life, Lagna Lord can take you out. Lagna Lord goes and sit in any houses, he will enrich that house, because whole life you are focusing on that house to understand how this house works for me. So suppose one for having a first house in the second house is all about family or money and all those areas you will be focusing. Accumulation is your focus area. If someone is having a first house is in 12th house is like his loss of ego, person may go in a foreign country, and person can be a spiritual as well, or he don't want to come in the world facing external world. First house goes into 10th house, person will be workaholic, he will be giving all his 100% to ensure that on a work profile or on a career he do really well. Or one has having first house in fourth house, his whole life is focusing on his home, whole life focusing on peace of mind. He may not be looking always for money, he want a peace of mind. So Lagna Lord, wherever it goes, his purpose or destiny he defines with that. Now it has also connected with D9 because eventually externally people will see how you look at your first house, but at inner the might be a thought process might be different. You may have your own which is like it doesn't come to the world. It is very core inner side it you which D9 can explain to you. So now we'll talk about every sign comes into the first house. So if Aries comes into the first house, you're a pioneer. That means you're Aries ascendant. So you're pioneer. Actually, you focus on action. You are very impulsive, but you know to face a fierce world. You know how to handle your obstacles. You are a true warrior. When I talk about Taurus in the second house or first house, you become a Taurus ascendant. So you seek beauty, you love your family, you are understanding the tangible sense of security for yourself and for your family. When it comes Gemini ascendant, you are a eternal student. You keep learning, you keep communicating, you keep talking to people, and you while talking you gain lot of knowledge. You are a very intelligent person. You know how to communicate with people with their sense of expectations, and that's the reason Gemini people are marketing guys, pure marketing guys. Cancer ascendant, you are absolutely different. You are going through intuitions. You more importance give it to your emotions. When you talk, you always need a protection. You always talk about how to protect myself first. Everything it comes finance, family, marriage, children, protection comes is a criteria of your life. While you achieve your destiny whatever, but these are the things you need to focus. Leo, so Leo is something which says like you are sitting on a throne and you are a king, but you need to have a big heart. Because when you become a Leo, it's a unique sign, it's a sun sign, and sun is very exalted in this house, and hence you always or should be try for a center stage in your life, whether it is home, family, or your career. You should be on the top front and giving decisions to follow. The others can follow those actions because you can be a great strategist as well. Virgo, your view through lens is very logic. You're a very critic, but you are absolutely perfect. Whatever actions you do, you know, I can be exact pinpointing the issues person can follow, or someone is doing a mistake you can quickly find out. And that's a sense of intuition you have in the criticness. People look at you as a very critic guy, but this is a extraordinary skill the Virgo guy is having. Why? Because Mercury is also very exalted in this house, and Digbala also in the first house. So that gives immense strength for Virgo guys. Libras, life is all about relationship. Life is all about defining the balance in the relationship. People say Librans are the very balanced sign. I will say it is most difficult to handle that Librans capability to always manage relationship, always ensuring the one-to-one relationship conversations are going well. Yes, there are some ifs and buts. Like example, some people may have interest in other gender, but that's okay. That's the style of the Libra. He is again a Venus sign. Venus again talks about the liberty to explain the beauty and the natural innocence of the life. He will talk about it. Scorpio. Scorpio ascendants are like you're a transformer. You are whole life a security person. And one important point I want to add here is Scorpio ascendant ask you a sibling, and I'll ask you, do you know your sibling's salary? No, you will not. Your Scorpio ascendant siblings will never tell you what kind of salaries they are earning. So same way, Scorpio ascendant are evolving through intensity. They go through challenges, series of challenges. As per as the Kal Purusha Kundali and Prashara has explained, Scorpio is another sign which has difficulties they face immense in this life. Scorpio ascendant le- evolve and rise in the life after age of 45, and when they achieve this, they are gonna achieve some of the topmost position in the life, and they really achieve it. But later part of the life, their old age is going to be extremely good, but for that they have to struggle a lot till at least 40 to 45 years, because Saturn's first cycle ends at 36, 37 years, till the time they need to struggle. And the second phase of Saturn, they really pick it up well. Sagittarius, you are a truth seeker. You are just want to learn. You are motivated by higher wisdom, some thoughts, spiritual thoughts. Not always that they follow, but they love to understand the nitty gritties of those specific spiritual aspect or higher wisdom aspect. They want to learn more. They want to present themselves as a guru. Will they guru or not? That's a different point. But their presence, their DNA is connected with guru. So whole life they want running around the gurus or be a guru or teaching something like that. That's where they get into that. Capricorns, your approach to life like a from the day one, I want to achieve the Everest or a mountain. I want to achieve this, reach, climb to the mountain, and with discipline. For that, you sacrifice your personal life, you sacrifice your whole life, friends and all, everything you leave. You just want to work because 10 number is a Capricorn sign, which is again connected with the Saturn. Saturn expect discipline. Saturn expect no fun, no enjoyment. I just want to achieve the best of the best things. But for whom? No idea. Just they are running because they want to remain busy. So, all Capricorn ascendants, I can tell you that most of the people are the vice president, presidents, or CEOs of the organization. Not a joke. People really sacrifice their personal life for that. Aquarius. Aquarius ascendant, you are actually one of the difficult sign because little bit, sorry to say, but little bit greedy. Because if a person is having a normal sedan car, he want to get a bigger car, SUV. Someone is having SUV, then get a luxury brand. So their inner quotient is saying, no, I want to achieve more, I want to get more, I want more. And that's where the challenge comes with the Aquarius ascendant. But yet, they're very visionary, thinking of collective and the future, not for self but also about the society. But their more focus than their family is more with the social life, with the friend circles, or but yet the kind of inner greediness something they have to control, because that something can disturb their mind whole life. I want to achieve more, I want to achieve more, and that they never ends, desire never ends. And the last but not least, you talk about Pisces. Pisces is like the people who are with the in the transit moment. Transit moment means they walk between the worlds. What guided one of the area is like a imagination and spiritual, then the reality. They run away from the reality. They're always into some kind of imagination, but they are super thinker. You can see a Pisces certain guy, you feel that guy looks very simple, or the girl looks very simple, but actually that's not a story. The Pisces guys are extremely innovative, extremely intelligent, high innovations and high intuitions. They only know they want to give to the world, but world doesn't understand what they're expecting out of it. So overall, Pisces ascendant is that way. If you look at all the 12 signs, all the 12 signs, you just understand with that. Also, we need to see that what kind of planets present there. As I told you, Jupiter comes into first house. People are going to be extremely knowledgeable. They born with luck because Jupiter aspects fifth house, seventh house, ninth house. Fifth house, children; seventh house, marriage; ninth house, your luck, your lineage, your guru. You will be blessed with all. But please understand, guru in the first house sometimes is not good for family marriage, especially marriage handling. And also some they are more like a giver, so they have to keep giving the knowledge, resources, information to people, so they cannot keep expecting. So people with Jupiter first house, that's the area. When I look at Mars in the first house, the person will be extremely anger issues. And while it is the own house, Mars is also very comfortable in first house, but yet Mars expect the person need to go to gym or may ensure that he focuses on self development, because the energy you need to be utilized when a normal first house and along with the Mars, like you are giving additional icing on the cake. So energy has become twice thrice kind of thing, and you need to really manage that energy of Mars. When it comes to Rahu in the first house, Rahu becomes a person illusionary. Person always think, okay, I am doing something, this is right, but this is your own perspective. Maybe world may not understand that. And also another point I want to add here, please understand, first house is like your ascendant. Also, the first house is your child's luck, because it's from fifth, it's a ninth house. So if a positive planets like Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Moon are sitting there, it's good for your child. But imagine if Ketu comes there, or sometimes Rahu also come there, your child may face some challenges in future. So it is like your own dharma to follow the rules and regulations of the life in dharmic way or a very righteous way. Otherwise, whatever you do, it go as a kind of luck, bad luck or positive luck of your own actions to your child. This is where it's connected. So some people, if you see, a lot of rich people do a lot of black money and all those things, they can do it. They keep accumulate a lot of money, but they are creating bad karmas. But that becomes the luck for their children, and you see the children faces the challenge. It's very rarely the child has come with the positive soul, and he is really come with his own soul or own luck with that way. But most of the time, your luck or your DNA is connected to your father. So you as an individual are directly linked to a child's luck. So be careful on that. Also, Rahu comes into first house or Saturn comes into the first house. I have a caution to all of you, those who are having, never express your achievements, success, brag about your success or achievement to your family or relatives or friend circle, because the day and I'm very sure those people who are on the Saturn and Rahu, they will really collect. As soon as they celebrate it, they make a big party and kind of fun and all those things, achievement. They brag about their achievement. The same evening or same night, they will start having health issues. Now you may feel it's called nazar dosh, basically evil eye, and that's the reason you need to be very careful. You should not express yourself too much. Keep things secret. Don't unnecessary make a brag about it. Keep it very quiet, and ensure that whatever your achievements and success, keep it with your own core family members only. That's one of the area I just wanted to give a caution. And if you have a Ketu in the first house, I have generally seen many charts where people have faces, they very blindly trust any stranger, and they know they made a mistake, but they don't want to return back or reverse back their own actions. They continue with that, and they make mistake and they lose money, reputation. Many times that happens. So Ketu in the first house, be careful. Ketu in the first house also challenge for the first son, especially son. If they have a son, then probably he might face some challenges in his life, because Ketu is again connection with that luck. So it denies the luck for the child. So he might have child might have to struggle. So that way you can plan your life accordingly. So for the son, you can have to arrangements so that he should not face challenges. While all these planets, all these signs come with remedies also, it is not that we should be too much of worried everything. If any bad planet comes into life and you feel okay, I'm not doing good, I am really have a bad chart. I think that's a myth. People have to come out of it. Most important is every individual with sign which is got in the first house has got a tremendous skill in specific area. You need to align your skill with your sign, with your purpose in life, and I'm telling you, you will achieve wonders. So I want a few things which I think we can tips to follow as a, if you are to want to make your ascendant strong. It starts respect the sun. So wake up at the sunrise, and I think bow down to your father, since sun is also exalted here, aligning with the solar cycles. Give so that's why you always daily, because that's one of the god you can see from your eyes is sun and moon. So sun, you start giving respect to sun. I think your ascendant starts getting stronger. Second is, this is a house of your strength. This is a house of your physical integrity. and the body is like a temple, and the first house is where the physical movement is going to be extremely important because it's a mass energy. So don't allow the engine get rust. So ensure that you keep workout on a regular basis as far as your first house is concerned to make strong. And third is avoid self deprecation, like never blame self for everything. Start loving yourself also. So speaking ill about yourself is also weaken your planetary combination and reduces the safety shield, and that's very important. Start respecting yourself as well, not just loving but respecting yourself, and uh, have the humbleness, and at the same time also respect elders, because the first house is carrying the first fruit of dharma or fruit of education. You're learning from here, you're learning from your mother, you're learning from your father, you're learning from your siblings. That's the first learning, first step you started doing it, you need to follow in a right manner, and that will really help you to improve yourself. And self image need to be positive, morally and ethically positive. That's the focus we should have as far as the first house is concerned. So hope you like my this little deep dive about the first house. We can talk as many as hours specifically only on the first house, because there are so many things we can talk about it. But I just thought give a little glimpse of the first house. Hope you like my video. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. And yes, if you have people who are really interested to know about first house, share this video to your friends and family, and also comment below what is your first house, and I am more than happy. And if there is a planet in that first house, I will respond to that comment. Thank you once again and have a great day.